You're listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Monday, May 11. I'd like to share some thoughts about Careers Edition. So imagine playing like a high-stakes game of musical chairs. But when the music stops, all the chairs are locked inside a government building. And here is the catch. If you don't hold a Korean passport, you literally can't even get through the front door.
Yeah, that's exactly what this current structural reshuffle feels like. It is completely altering the landscape for international professionals looking to work here. The, traditional entry-level doors are closing fast.
Right, but massive, highly specialized tech frontiers are opening up to replace them, right? And our goal in this deep dive is to map out exactly where those new opportunities actually lie for you.
Right, because we're seeing private hiring hit a very real wall right now.
Yeah, especially with the giant K-balls, those massive family-run conglomerates like Samsung and Hyundai. They are freezing their traditional twice-yearly gong-chai recruitment cycles.
Exactly. Those gong-chai cycles were the open recruitment pathways that basically everyone relied on. And the data really backs up the panic young job seekers are feeling. Youth employment actually dropped by 147,000 year-on-year this past March.
Wow, that is a huge drop. So where is everyone going?
Well, because corporate jobs are so scarce now, domestic graduates are just flooding into the public sector. I mean, test taking for the National Competency Standards, or NCS, which is the public sector hiring exam, just shot up over 416%.
Over 400%. That brings us right back to our musical chairs problem, doesn't it? Yeah. Because the NCS exam requires native-level Korean.
Yes, and it's designed primarily for citizens. So that route is effectively, bricked off for international talent.
Which means you have to make a strategic pivot. You really have to bypass those bottlenecked, generalist, entry-level roles entirely, right?
Exactly. The smart move now is to target specialized technical tracks where Korea's domestic talent pool just, simply cannot meet the current demand.
Okay, so if the ground-level corporate path is blocked, we should tell you to look up. Let's talk about aerospace. Hyundai Motor Group just locked arms with Korea Aerospace Industries, or KAI, to build out advanced air mobility.
Yeah, AAM. We're essentially talking about air taxis and short hot passenger aviation.
Right, pairing Hyundai's electric powertrain tech with KAI's deep background in military airframes. It sounds amazing, but I have to play devil's advocate for a second. Air taxis sound, great for a sci-fi pitch deck. But is advanced air mobility actually signing paychecks for you today, or is this just R&D vaporware?
Oh, it is a very real, very immediate hiring push. Take Supernal, for example. That's Hyundai's U.S.-based AAM subsidiary.
Ah, right. And they're currently fighting through incredibly strict U.S. aviation certification, right?
Yes, exactly. They actually just brought on a new chief technology officer named Farvan Gandhi, who brings 30 years of rotorcraft research to the table.
So they desperately need people who already know how to navigate those highly specific international regulatory hurdles.
Yeah, because the regulatory landscape absolutely demands it. Korea's domestic talent pool for international airframe certification is very thin, so Supernal and KAI are actively hunting for U.S.-trained engineers and mobility designers.
They need that established expertise to get these vehicles legally in the sky. Okay, so aerospace is absorbing foreign engineers out of sheer necessity. But physical hardware isn't the only place suffering from this talent deficit, is it?
Not at all. The exact same vulnerability is showing up in Samsung's software infrastructure. We are seeing a massive coordinated push across the entire Samsung group into what they call digital twins.
Digital twins, that's where you create a real-time functioning virtual copy of a physical asset, like a ship or a factory, to run predictive simulations, right?
Exactly. And Samsung C&T is actually deploying this at a green hydrogen plant alongside a US-based startup called Cmacro. Meanwhile, Samsung Electronics is rapidly scaling its AI factory business.
But why the sudden urgency to automate all this? And, why do they need international talent to do it?
Well, the urgency really comes down to supply chain stability. Samsung Electronics is facing potential labor strikes starting May 21. And if production pauses, that shockwave hits 1,754 different supplier firms.
Wow. So automating factory operations with predictive AI is suddenly a vital, immediate priority to insulate themselves. But what about the talent gap? Why look outward instead of just hiring locally?
It's because predicting factory failure requires a highly specific blend of legacy industrial engineering and cutting-edge machine learning. It's a hybrid skill set that Korea's traditional, highly specialized education system just hasn't produced enough of quite yet.
Which creates a highly lucrative vacuum for foreign talent in AI and digital twin engineering. That's a huge window of opportunity.
It really is.
But let's say you don't want to navigate the corporate hierarchy of a giant conglomerate at all. What if you want to build something yourself?
Well, the Korean government recently selected 130 entrants for a nationwide startup audition. And what really stands out here is the explicit inclusion of a foreign founder track.
Right. One of the notable entrants was actually an international student who built a Korean language immersion platform.
Yeah, and this is a major market signal. Funding a foreign founder is no longer treated as an exception or like a loophole. It is now a recognized, deliberate public strategy to inject diverse innovation into the ecosystem.
So to pull this all together for you, the Korean job market is no longer a single monolithic test you have to cram for. It has fractured into a matrix of highly specialized niches.
Exact.
Instead of asking how to force yourself into Korea's traditional corporate mold, the better question is, which frontier industry desperately needs your specific background to solve their talent deficit? And here's something to mull over on your own. If these giants are essentially importing international startup talent, could your niche expertise actually be more valuable here than back in your home market? That's today's AI Prism, Careers Edition. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul economic daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI Prism is a One IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI Prism from Seoul Economic Daily.